So I was asked about no, well I wasn't asked, but I saw a video, and I know a lot of a couple of videos lately about black women and their loyalty to black men and um their solemn loyalty to black men, and they're becoming mammies because they're not speaking against rape and um the domestic abuse of black women. And they are, the the cult swirlers are mad at the hotep women for um not for scaring black women out of interracial dating, um and shit like that. And I saw a video about I noticed a couple black women like Cynthia G, I think that's her name. And these women are making videos about why they don't date black men, or no, why they don't date white men. And I think Cynthia G, she made what, like, I don't know how many parts there is to that video, but um I know she brings it up quite often. And a lot of people are mad at her. White and black women are mad at her because, you know, how dare she reject, good company of white men when they had their shit together and they're so awesome and they have a patriarchy and they're loyal, they have a culture and all this bullshit. They have money, assumably, whatever. And in another video that I saw similar to Cynthia's, but is quite older, is that somebody put a comment and they were saying, like, notice black men don't make videos of why they don't date white women. And I said, okay, even though the question wasn't asked to me because I didn't comment and I just now found the video, I will make videos. I will make as many videos on why I don't like or don't date white women. So I'm gonna start it off. Okay, so this is gonna be part one. Um, I kind of wanted to start it off by saying that when I was a child, I did always thought that I would date interracially or marry interracially. Now, it wasn't because of the reasons that black women think of now, of self-hate. He hated his mother and shit like that. I'll admit I was a bit stereotypical in the sense of I was very attracted to Asian women. I was attracted to Asian women but I never really met any because I went to a predominantly black school. But I did like black women. There was black girls that I like. Um, actually, I was young. I don't think I think I had an interest for Asian women until fourth grade. So I think okay, because I'm trying to remember, but yeah, okay, I remember a little bit. But anyways, I did, before I liked the girls in my class, I did like Asian women. And I thought about myself moving to Japan or going to Japan and finding a wife. I thought, like, okay, I'll go to Japan and instantly find a wife. Um, I had that thought, and somehow it vanished when I started liking girls in my class. But granted, when I liked Asian women, it wasn't for the reasons of self-hate. I had a good relationship with my mother. I didn't curse her out. I didn't hate her because she was black. I didn't have issues with her. Um, Even though me and her would sometimes get into it, I didn't had a hatred for black women. I didn't even understand, black men's hate towards black women. I didn't even really know that shit existed when I was a child, that in that age. Um, but anyways, going along, I didn't really like um, the white women in my school. When I went to middle school, there was like two white women that most people knew, and there was a girl named Hannah and there was a girl named Stacy. And they were I'll admit I did have a little crush on one of the white girls because she looked like a video game character. She looked like if you guys ever played Tekken, um, and if you ever played the fighting game Tekken, you would notice that there's a woman named Anna Williams, and ironically, Hannah looked like Anna because she had her hair short into a bob, and so she looked like her, and I was like, oh my god, she looks cute, and I did like her for like a year, and then it just faded away. I didn't really pursue her or ask her out because like I was in middle school. I was young, sixth grade. I didn't know how to talk to girls. I didn't know how to approach them. I just liked them from a distance and just kind of like wished like, hey, one day I'll have a girlfriend, and magically I didn't pursue them. But yet again, it wasn't based off of self hate. It wasn't based off mommy issues or anything. It was just I just liked her because I liked her. But during the same time, there was other girls that I liked. There was a girl named just waiting for that thing to move on. Anyways, there was a girl that I liked at the same time who was a black female. Her name was Kwamisha, and she was in my elementary class in fifth grade. But me and her never really talked on a conversational level. I just liked her, and she was a dark skinned woman. She wasn't light skinned or biracial or mixed. So she was a dark skinned woman, a dark skinned girl. And if you ever, she does look like, if you remember the girl who played Vanessa off of the Bernie Mac show, she looked just like her. Maybe even acted like her too. So yeah, she looked just like her. So yet again, I didn't have self hate. I didn't have issues with black women. My next kind of encounter with white women or white girls was when I was in eighth grade, and I was lucky enough to be transferred or be enrolled into one of the best magnet schools in Georgia or in my area too. And the school was pretty much even between black and white, and then you had Asians and Latinos and whatnot and other minorities. Um, there was a girl, and I didn't really like her at first. She was a cool person. I didn't like her romantically, but it was a girl named Amber, and is that it? No, Amber Lee. I think it was Amber Lee. I don't remember. Um, and she was a little petite little white girl, country girl, and I think she kind of liked me because I asked her. I kind of I kind of learned this because when you graduate, anybody graduate, you have people write on your yearbook, and I had her write on mine, and she put a number, and she write a little nice thing about herself and me, and I still have it to this day. I haven't really read it. I'm kind of shameful to read it now because I don't want to reminisce on it. But when I saw that she put her number and you know she wrote on my yearbook, I did started liking her, and my brother he ended up calling it out. It's like, ooh, you like a white girl, you like a white girl, ooh. Funny thing, my brother, he's biracial, so it was like I didn't get it, but it was like, okay, yeah, there's a white girl who likes me, okay, whatever. And me and her talked for a little bit. We didn't talk romantically. I did wanted to date her, but I didn't know what high school she was going to, and she just kind of. I did something kind of weird and kind of stalkerish. I think I found her because the number she gave me was, I think her house phone. And so I called it. No, no. I've been having not called it. I wrote her a letter, and I think I wrote her like a love letter or something. I don't know if she ever got it. She never messaged me about it. You'd think like if a girl, got a strange love letter from the mail, you think, and I put my name in it. You think, she would be like angry or surprised, but I didn't hear anything from her. But anyways, me and her did talk for like a couple months. We ended up losing contact for like 2 years, maybe a year after high school started for us. And I did learn that she went to a school that was a bit far off. Ironically, I did see her again, but I didn't talk to her because she ended up playing basketball, and I didn't know she played basketball for her school. And I was like, oh damn, because I was watching um I was watching the game, and I heard like a name that the announcer said Amber Nicole or some shit. I think that's her last name, but and I was like, oh shit, that's her. And I was looking like, oh shit, that is really her. I didn't even know she played basketball. So it was kind of like a weird coincidence. I don't know what happened to her now recently. I tried getting into contact with her again. I did for like a month, and then we just lost contact again. What I do remember is that I think she was dating an Asian guy, and I think they were engaged or whatever. But we just kind of lost contact. I really don't want to pursue her, but I'll admit she was a cute girl, and hey, it may be if things I probably would have dated her. I'll probably say she's like the only girl that I would have dated seriously. But based on conditions and how I think now, because the way I think now was completely different than how I saw the world 4 to 8 years ago. So I'm about to graduate college. I'm in my mid 20s almost, and I'm talking about shit that I was like a preteen. So you know, my ideologies were different. But I don't even really see her on Facebook anymore. I can probably find her. I have like 900 friends, so it's easily to overlook people when you have that many friends on there. But she wasn't the only girl that I liked. I actually had feelings for another girl that I've met in middle school. So she wasn't the only girl that I liked, but hey, I wanted options. But nothing ever sparked for some reason. I don't even remember the conversations me and her had, but I did like her. In high school, um, I never did meet any girls, any white girls that turned me on or that I liked. Um, there really weren't really any. Most of the girls were just country. Granted, there was one attractive girl, and she was a young blonde, and it was pretty shot that she was even in our school. I don't know how long she stayed there, but it was a beautiful blonde chick. She didn't even look like she fitted into the school, but God only knows how the reason she was in there in the first place. But she was a cute girl. A lot of people liked her, but I just liked her, and then I just moved on with my life. I didn't pursue her or anything. She was just really attractive. That was basically it. Um, but anyways, I can't remember any white girls that I liked in high school, so there was really just no connection. When it came to college, college to now, I'll probably say there's really been no connection with me and or with white girls. Um, I kind of maybe because of a good bit of white girls are not trying to be pretty. I'll probably say due to feminism and women's empowerment of the pedestal oppression of white women, and they're not as motivated to be the skinny, thin girl um, that they idolize or they want to be, and they're seeing the kind of the imperfections of women that are put into the media, like Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians in general, to where it's like there's not a consistency on the aesthetics of being a white girl. So usually white girls that I see tend to be a little plus sized. Um, you'll find some thin ones or ones that are in shape. You will see a good bit of them in shape because a lot of I'll probably say it's kind of even. Because a good bit of the sorority girls, they tend to have an image, even though all of them aren't super thin. Um, a good bit of them are into sports like softball or fishing or hiking or whatever. So they like to keep in shape. But I just never had a connection. But that would be like another video. But I just wanted to make a video about the connections that I had with white girls, even though there weren't many. That was the point that I'm trying to make for my next video, was that there was never any kind of spark between them. I'll admit, I did like white girls in the past. I didn't have a fetish for them. I didn't was like, oh, I was never on that Tommy shit of, white girls are so much better than black girls because um, white girls are not ghetto and they respect men. I've actually heard this stereotype when I was a child, but I never fell for it. So I'll end this video here.